Hey, Mike Cooper with Action Coach. Thanks for joining me today. One of the most common questions that I get when working with business owners, or maybe one of the biggest challenges they have, is just what do they do to make sure that their team is really engaged in everything that they really need to have happen in the business? It's a big challenge, and that's something that I want to just touch on here today. Let me pause for a second, and we'll get started with the video. Okay, now I have my picture a little bit more realistically sized so that we can move on. All right, so it's really common for business owners to struggle with a few things because they have everything on their plate, right? But to start at the end and work backwards, consistently communicating clear expectations, that's a struggle. Getting team members to consistently do what they want them to do, what they expect, building a team that takes responsibility to push things forward and get the results that the team needs, even when obstacles come up, and then learning to set expectations and let people do their job. I know this is a newsflash challenge for everybody, especially if you're on a team and this is being shared with you. But sometimes business owners are their own worst enemy. They'll delegate something, it's not going right, and they jump back in. And then sometimes they even drop the ball, right? Well, that's just reality. That's some of the things that business owners are challenged with. And what we're going to talk about today are some steps that business owners and their teams can take to get on the same page, get better results, and just make for a better winning business environment. Now, before we do that, I want to say something. I'm actually going to touch base on it here on the screen in a minute. But one thing you got to do is make sure you hit part 2 of this video. It goes a whole lot more into the why and kind of gets into the mindset piece of things so that you can actually have the right mindset about this, not just be somewhat blindly executing the details, right? So make sure that you're going to watch video number 2. All right, let's get started. So 7 steps. First step is a business owner has to really get clear on what it is that they expect. What are their achievable, realistic, doable goals in somewhat measurable terms? It might be number of deals, it could be sales per month, it could be profit expectations, whatever the case may be. Business owner needs to get clear on that and then meet with the team to figure out how that's possible and what do the resources look like, the accountability, the support. In some cases, the business owner may have expectations that it's going to take some time to ramp up to, and it's important for them and the team to gain agreement on what that looks like so that there can be measured, steady progress, but it's doable. Now, it's okay if the expectations are right here, right? Or even here, but you don't want them to be here and have no path to get there. So this is real important. Step number 2, get the team involved so that y'all are on the same page to ramp up from where you are to where you want to be. Kind of mentioned this in the last piece, but then there's got to be an agreement at the end, and I suggest documenting it. If here's the plan, here are the steps, here's the accountability, how are we going to report up our progress, raise our hand if we need help, and what's support going to look like? Are there going to be specific hours, times of day when we can collaborate, meet, get questions answered, etc.? 4, I'm really a huge fan of doing daily huddles, training, or even work sessions to ensure success. So what does a huddle look like? A huddle can be as simple as, here are the 3 most important things I need to get today. Here's what where I anticipate some potential challenges, and here's where I might need some help. Who can help me with this? And then at the end of the day or the next morning, you start off the next huddle with, here were the 3 things that I said that I had to get done today. Either A, I got them done, or B, I got them done faster than expected and helped other people, or C, I didn't get all of them done. Here's where I ran into roadblocks, and here's what I can do to make sure that that doesn't become a problem in the future. These are very quick. They're 1 to 2 minute updates per team member. If you have a big team, maybe you need to break the teams out a little bit to keep it time manageable, but it should be about a 10 or 15-minute meeting. And these are extremely powerful because they create accountability. Now, if a team huddle isn't the best idea for your business, and that can be the case in some businesses, at least a weekly accountability with the same types of questions. And then this other great idea that it actually could be its own breakout is work sessions. It's where once a week or more, you bring the team together or small groups of the team together Everybody brainstorms and works through deals or challenges together. And the purpose in that really is that it lifts everybody's level of education. Yes, it takes time, but the synergistic input of multiple people with multiple ideas and multiple solutions for getting things done can often be far greater than just one or two people working on the problem. And then as a business owner, what you're doing here is you're teaching the team what problem solving and working through things look like. And it creates an esprit de corps where people are really committed to taking something from start to finish, because the whole goal of a work session is to get it done. It's not to start and say we can't. It's to figure out how to get things done. And if it's resources that you need or additional time, that's fine, but we get things done. This is a big one. Business owners are not zookeepers, right? They shouldn't take monkeys. So as team members should not come to the business owner or really any other member of the team and say, I have this problem. I need you to solve it. What should I do? That's just not where we're at in business today. And it's really never been where we are. However, it has become a challenge in many organizations where everybody feels like they don't have the resources they need or the knowledge that they need to get problems solved. Let me mince words a little bit here. We may not have the resources we need, but we're all resourceful. And there are an endless number of tools available on the internet, Google, YouTube videos like this one, trade videos, training videos. There are so many resources, additional team members. So whenever you have a problem, at least commit 5 or 10 minutes to seeing if you can come up with resources and solutions on your own, and then bring those ideas to the business owner or whoever you're wanting to bring the problem to, just to make sure you're on the right path. But when I say no monkeys, it means you can't take your monkey and your problem and put it on somebody else's back, because that just weighs them down and keeps them from doing their job. And business owners have a lot of work to do that's very important. Running a business, holding people accountable. A lot of times they're very involved in deal making. And when we weigh them down with little things that we could have figured out ourselves, we distract them, make them less productive, and ultimately we're just hurting our own opportunities for advancement within the company. So everybody needs to get on board with this. Video 2 really takes, or part 2 really jumps into this a little bit more to help you maybe better understand why this is so important to a highly run, highly effective organization. But trust me, it creates great opportunities when organizations become resourceful instead of zookeepers and monkey handlers. 6, let's set report back standards within the organization. So you want to make sure that both of you, and if it's a piece of paper or what have you, that you have a specific time and specific details that are going to be reported within a company. These may be daily reports, something like the daily huddle. It may be something that needs to be entered into a computer system, but make sure you lock down the time, the manner, and exactly what needs to be reported as a team so that everybody's on the same page. Put it in writing so that everybody understands, and then just create a report up culture so that you should never be chasing information and deadlines and did you get this done. To create a culture of accountability where people take ownership, just set deadlines and standards that everybody agrees to. Set timers, reminders on your phone, use software, Awana, or whatever you got to do. But the more autonomous, dependable, and resourceful team members can be, the more they're worth. As simple as that. And then lastly, I just want to remind you, study part 2 of this video. It's very, very valuable. Make sure that the team reviews it and that the team starts to understand and adopt and incorporate the language that it starts to create. It's extremely powerful. And look, this isn't like company indoctrination or the company trying to tell people how to think. It is to a degree, but this is common sense stuff. This is as human beings and workers and team members, how we need to think to create our best life and to create our best work life and to create the best results in the companies that we work in. So that summarizes the main points that I wanted to get across today. But this just really scratches the surface on building a winning team. Be sure to watch part 2 of this video, also on YouTube, similarly named 7 Simple Steps. And if you'd like to learn more about how to build a great team, just reach out to me. I've provided let's see. Yeah, my basic contact information here, mikecooper.actioncoach /contact and let me know what you'd like to have a chat about. I'm happy to do it. I won't charge you for it. Mike Cooper with Action Coach, the Business Accelerator, signing off for now. And I'll look forward to talking to you real soon. Take care.